Yeah, I mean, however you want to format it. I don't know if you have questions or stuff you want to talk about.
I do.
Cool.
They're all in the vault. So we'll start at the very beginning of your metal journey. And I'm just curious how you even got into heavy music to begin with.
I mean, initially I was like 8 years old, and like after school I would kind of get rides from like other kids' moms or like be at other kids' houses.
Yeah.
And two of my favorite kids to hang out with, like they both had like young party moms. And
Oh, okay, yeah.
so they would pick us up and like, drive off, be jamming Metallica, Slayer, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like thinking back about it, especially like that time and place, and in Boulder, Colorado, like there,
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of it around.
I didn't know. So you grew up in Boulder then?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I knew you grew up here. I just wasn't sure where.
Yeah, I mean, like all of my, kid school until I graduated from high school, I was living in Boulder.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then, off and on after that too.
Yeah, right. As it goes. Okay, cool. So you're listening to this. When did you was there a moment or a band or anything where you were just like, I gotta like pursue this on my own? Like I gotta go out there.
I mean, the early Metallica stuff, like at the time Black Album was out,
Yeah.
but it only been 2-3 years old maybe. It was getting super heavy radio play.
Yeah.
Whatever was in the mix at the time as well. Like Megadeth was gaining popularity around this time. And,
Yeah.
not a whole lot of stuff on the radio. It was really, really hard, like, unless you already kind of knew where to look. Going to the record store was kind of useless.
Yeah, right.
But there were good stores in town. And from about 93 on, like, my mom and I moved to a pretty like central location in town, so I could like get where I wanted to go like on my own.
Oh, okay.
If I had free time, I could go to like 3-4 record stores. Be out skateboarding all the time.
Nice. Okay.
There were a couple of like proper music stores where you could like buy drum kits, guitars, amps, stuff like that.
Yeah.
A couple of like resellers that sold musical equipment, and like I don't know if it was just cool at the time or if I was like the most annoying kid ever, but like we'd just be in there like playing shit. Like we just go to the music store like in the afternoon, like play guitars.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know how to play.
Not really.
Not really?
I can mess around. Like I can, if you like in a writing context, if you write something and show me how it goes, I can keep up.
Yeah.
But that's the extent.
Okay. I kind of wanted to jump into bands that you did play in, but before that, so you're like, just to build like a story or whatever, so you're like listening to this music, going to record stores, going to music stores, skateboarding. When did it turn it to the extreme category,
like early high school.
Okay.
Early high school. I mean, like we were already listening to like Slayer, Metallica, Black Sabbath, like
Sure.
Getting into as much of that stuff as you could. And at the time, like like God Hates Us All like just came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, like Slayer's still around. They're still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But even back then, like people were like, "Oh, I don't know,
yeah,
how I feel about this album. It's too like modern sounding, whatever."
Oh sure.
But it's solid. It's stood up. Whatever. People like it. People don't like it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like in high school, by then the internet is kind of like functioning. Like you can get on there and buy something without like totally like knowing how it works.
Yeah.
We'd even like messed around a little bit, like trying to handwrite letters and send them out and like do stuff like very rudimentary, like old school way.
Yeah.
And, I never got a response from anything. Like that. Like purchasing something on the internet to me just felt like I was going to lose that money.
Yeah.
Like, never.
Yeah, like it wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah, but it worked. And also like right around that time, like you're getting jobs, you're getting like a little bit of disposable money.
Yeah.
every paycheck, buy a fucking t-shirt, buy an album,
Yeah, just get some stuff and
yeah,
check
start
it.
exploring like record labels online, eBay, shit like that.
Yeah.
But very much like as a fan.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, I guess what changed around that time is like started finding more death metal, more death and black metal.
Sure.
And that to me like really, I was like, holy shit, there's like way more to it than,
Yeah, you're right. Then
like like Black Sabbath, they do what they do. It's obviously like a shitload of influence and other
Right.
bands and a lot of stuff that they inspired later on, and like Metallica always just kind of sounded how they sounded.
Yeah.
Slayer was much more
Yeah.
more aggressive sounding, much more chaotic than Metallica, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
But probably like somebody found this band Embalmer from Ohio,
Oh shit.
and
Okay.
like the Into the Oven demos and stuff like that. And it's like, fucking dude, death metal is awesome.
You're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Like, this is the shit. That's great. So
and then from then like just really started branching out and like digging into any kind of facet of extreme metal that I could find. And,
oh, okay.
Primarily like always just gravitated towards the more traditional stuff,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like by the early 2000s, like you got a lot of like grind, you got a lot of like, brutal death metal is like fucking there.
Yeah, doing its thing. Yeah.
Black metal's got like 25 different avenues and
Yeah.
subgenres.
So that's actually kind of a interesting you brought that up because I was kind of curious. Like one thing that I really admire about you and something that I really notice is that like you know all this kind of like you know the traditional stuff, the broad stuff, the Motorhead, Judas Priest, all that stuff, but you also know the kind of obscure stuff. The more like you'll send me shit all the time. Like I've never heard of this in my life, but what really is like interesting to me is that you know so much about each of them. Like I don't know how you're able to do that.
I
Like
mean, I try to do my homework.
yeah,
like stuff I like to know about bands. Like if I'm checking them out, and first of all, like I think anything deserves a listen. If it's
sure,
not your cup of tea, you don't like it, fine. Like somebody will dig it,
right,
and if
right,
they don't, then they wasted their time.
yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah,
But like if I like a band, I want to know how many people are in it. I want to know where they're from. On an individual level, if there are people in the band that came from someplace else to move to this city,
yeah,
time and place is really interesting to me when it comes to like metal context.
sure. No, that's very important, I think.
And there's just like generationally there's been such a strong like just tons of cool stuff from the Midwest.
Yeah,
And that's like accessible.
yeah.
It's right there. Like you can drive there and you can like talk to these people face to face.
Right. And that's actually another kind of point I wanted to get to, and a story you've told before to me, but maybe we're fast forwarding a little bit here. I am curious on how you got Nunslaughter out here in 2008. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Nunslaughter came out in 2008. It was primarily Reed doing like most of the footwork. Reed was it was like just before he started Speedwolf.
Okay.
His band DDC had kind of like they'd come to an end, and he was looking for other shit to do.
Yeah.
I was not involved really. I was doing auto mechanics and like just graduated from college and stuff.
Okay.
But he needed like help with a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So I would kind of like just help him out where I could.
Just
the Nunslaughter stuff was really easy actually. Like we were just super pumped on them
yeah,
like, in the time.
Yeah.
And Reed just like emailed Don or something.
Yeah.
And like that opened the communication. Nunslaughter, at least at that time, I mean, I know they're much busier now than they were back
Oh,
then.
sure.
But back then the deal was like y'all want Nunslaughter to play, like just get us there and we'll do it.
Yeah.
Like so we just flew them to Colorado and they like didn't even like want money to play for the shows.
Wow, that is crazy. And then
Yeah.
something, because they had 2 shows, right? And
Yeah.
didn't one of them get shut down, or
So-
they had to move or something?
So the whole weekend, it was supposed to be a 2-day thing. Nunslaughter would play at the end of both nights, but there were bands, stacked to make it like a full fleshed out, like, early evening into the nighttime kind of event.
Right.
And it was supposed to be, if I'm remembering correctly, at a DIY spot called Monkey Mania.
Okay.
On like 21st and Lawrence or something, like down.
Oh, okay.
Where
Yeah.
Rhino is now.
Yeah, down there.
That whole area used to be packed with like DIY music, art, and like skateboard spaces.
Cool.
It was so fucking fun on the weekends.
Oh man, I bet.
But anyway, so like word got out, I guess, before the first band was done playing on the first night. Undercover cops were already inside. They were networking with people. They didn't find what they were hoping to find.
Yeah.
The official charge was unlawfully conducting a dance without a permit.
Okay. All right.
and I think like the ultimate result of the bust was like the show got stopped. And I think like 2 people acted dumb and like went to jail because like drugs fell out of their pocket.
Oh my god. Just like a freaking movie or something.
Right.
Jesus.
Like high school kid trying to jump out the window.
Yeah.
Now your pants fell down and like there's a doobie hanging out of your butt cheeks.
Right. And you're like, oh wow.
I mean, I don't specifically know like any of the details or anything, but it was all very light, and like the venue it jeopardized the venue because now they're on the radar and like people are fucking know it's there.
Yeah.
And illegal, and fire department is involved. Fire department in Denver at this time was like the main, at least they were like the tool that municipal interests were using to shut down all the spaces. And some of the shit genuinely was ridiculous.
No,
like, some of the skateboarding spaces in there were like the worst fire hazards I've ever seen, but it was awesome.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nonetheless. So anyway, like the Nunslaughter shows got canceled. We scrambled to like figure it out. It took probably, I don't know, 2 hours, give or take. And we had, it was Nunslaughter and maybe one other band or so ended up playing at Bar that night.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was cool. I remember Reed had to like approach a band that was already playing and like talk to the guy on stage, like, hey, this is the situation, this is what happened, do you like mind if we just have the time?
Yeah.
And they were like, everybody was cool. It worked out.
Wow.
The next night, which I actually just recently saw, Don posted the video of the Junkyard show.
Yeah.
Which was wild. Like I didn't even know that place existed as a venue.
Yeah.
It was like an operational auto repair facility with like a quasi junkyard in the back. And
that's cool.
It was like run and worked at by these like really strange people. But I guess like they were cool with like hosting events at night.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was still like functional then.
Yeah. Like they had to push a car out of the way so like Jim could set up his drums.
Oh my god! Wow, I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Devil Conjuries Volume 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have both of those shows on there.
No shit.
And they also have Dawn talking outside of Bar. And I was just like, wow, this is kind of, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was nuts and hectic, but like it ended up working out really.
Oh yeah,
like pretty well.
Yeah, no, that worked out fantastic.
I mean, a lot of the other bands that were supposed to play originally, I think, got shorted. It had ended up being, maybe like 5 or 6 bands total.
Okay,
played,
that's still a good amount.
Black Market Fetus from Iowa came out. They were super involved also with facilitating and getting it known.
Yeah, that's kind of. I was kind of expecting like mostly local acts, but that's kind of
Yeah.
cool, like getting somebody
and
out
and
there.
and that was also like very much due to Reed just like knowing who was like kind of out there around the corner and like hungry for stuff to do.
Sick. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to talk about other bands the whole time because I want to talk about some of your stuff too.
Okay, well, I have one.
Yeah. Well, I listened to it and I thought it was great.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you dig it.
Yeah, Torso Freak, man. That was the shit.
Yeah.
I need to listen to it again. But you played bass on it?
Yeah, I play bass. I help to, conceptualize the idea of the band. Zach and I like pretty much made all the decisions on that together. And I helped him write some of the stuff, but like, the majority of like the actual writing from a riff standpoint was like approximating Mortician.
Yeah, right. And I remember you saying that when you gave it to me, and I was just like, well, I like Mortician, so.
And then we wanted to like take that and like expand.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely its own sound.
Yeah.
And did you guys ever play any shows off of
No,
that? Okay.
no. Basically, like, so I kind of always wanted to have like a Mortician style worship band.
Yeah.
Called Torso.
Nice.
Like that came from high school buddies hanging out in a friend of mine's basement. Like we're watching some like true crime bullshit.
Oh shit, yeah.
And like the narrator of the show just like somebody got all hacked up in their apartment, basically, and they just kept repeating the word torso in this episode. And there's also that Exhumed song.
Yeah, Torso. So, they do the same thing. I just repeat
exactly,
that the whole time.
Torso. And the fucking movie is killer.
Yeah, like, I need to see it. That's like I heard that song, the Exhumed song, and I was like, I need to watch this movie. I haven't found it yet.
The movie is, I mean, for all that kind of like 70s like gallo horror shit, like it's unique, man.
Interesting.
It's really solid.
Interesting.
But so like I kind of already had a very loose idea for that. And then for a period, when Zach used to play guitar for Nunslaughter, he's the primary guy for Necrofilth.
Right.
Like he used to live close by, and he would like come and hang out, pretty regularly.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He'd be at my house often. And we were drinking beers on my roof one night, talking about like a fucking for fun dork brand.
Yeah.
Like I got this, sort of loose idea. And we talked about it, and then a few months later, worked out like I think 5 songs on the EP.
Yeah.
So we worked out the 5 songs. Guitar, bass, and drums. And then our buddy Putrid Matt Carr, illustrator from Chicago, he was coming back into town. He grew up here.
Oh, okay.
A buddy of ours from like way back in the day.
Yeah.
But he was coming back for holidays, visiting family and seeing friends and stuff. So we wanted him to do the lyrics, and we wanted him to draw as much shit as he could for having it be a release. I guess what was like kind of unique about the Torso Freak approach was that we were going to specifically write songs to be recorded and released. We're not experimenting with the sound and ideas and writing a million songs, and we're not like playing shows, and we're not promoting it live and this and that. Like we're just gonna do a recording, put it out, and see what happens.
Right.
So got Matt to sing. He wrote lyrics himself. I think he came into town, went to a coffee shop, and like listened to the files that we had, like phone. Shit.
Yeah.
And he kind of like figured out vocal patterns and lyrics, and like he knew the movies that he wanted to associate the songs with.
Oh, cool.
And then he was going to be responsible for all of the intros and stuff, because he's the fucking horror movie wizard.
Oh,
like,
shit. Okay.
That dude knows more about horror movies than like you should reasonably know about anything.
And so he was the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's which again, also kind of interesting. Like Matt is not a musician, like I am
Yeah.
not a musician.
Yeah.
But we both wanted to like do this thing because we love fucking metal.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. You're like fucking.
But I would say like as huge of a metal freak as Matt is, and as great of an artist and all of that shit, like he's like equally as ambitious and talented with like movies.
Wow. That's
Well, watching movies, knowing about movies.
yeah. That's impressive, man. Like that's. And I was gonna say it sounds pretty good, even though you're like, yeah, we're not musicians and not this
I
and that.
mean, we're not musicians, but we're fucking dorks and we pay attention. And
Yeah.
like,
Right.
you know,
I mean,
like
yeah, I get it, man. I really do.
we're not like playing Van Halen.
You're like, yeah, check this out,
It's
guys.
the Tish, bro.
It's the Tish, man. We can do this. That's great. And we were talking about album artwork, and you did Hex Sirens.
Yeah,
some of his art. How did you get into drawing?
How would I get into it? I've always been into artwork,
Yeah.
like ever since I was like a toddler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my mom's an artist. My dad was an architect.
Oh, okay.
So like we always had like tons of gear around,
Yeah.
and you know, like it was just normal, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, leisurely pastime, draw pictures, whatnot. I didn't really ever take it seriously or think anything of it until high school. I had, you know, like the one fucking teacher in high school.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like, took an interest in like me and my life.
Yeah.
And you know, she, kind of showed me that like, hey, like, you know, this is like you got more than the average here to work with. And there is more that you can do with it in life than, you know, stay at home hobbyist or museum curator. Nothing in between. Or like just fucking be famous.
Yeah.
If you want to just be famous.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, casually.
Yeah. Just go ahead. You're the new Frazetta.
Yeah.
Fill out this application for that.
Yeah, right, yeah. Cool, I guess.
Yeah. So like I never back then thought that there was any kind of like viable, you know, like reason to be doing artwork aside from for fun. But like it became more and more important and more of a hobby and more of like just what I want to be doing in life.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And I went to car college and was an automotive mechanic for years. And then, like, after years of that, getting sick of being dripped on with dirty fucking snow water all winter long, I'm like, I would rather be drawing pictures any day of the week.
Yeah.
And I'm still not doing it professionally, but like, you know, just the path is much clearer, and the reasons why I'm doing it feel more focused and better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm not averse to paying the bills with it, but like it's a lot, man.
It is a lot.
You know,
it's a lot of work.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's easier to have an hourly job.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, talking to, you know, Santiago, who does all these tattoos, you know, for me.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, dude, I fucking almost, like, my family almost kind of disintegrated and shit. He's like, I had to fucking, like, put in a lot of work to do this. Like, this is really hard, you know?
Dude, it's insane, and it's antisocial, and, like, I've noticed, it's interesting, like, since COVID, like, you always know that people's interests are fleeting, right?
Yeah, right.
But like,
yeah,
man, I was shocked. Like, as soon as COVID kind of started to let up, I had a couple of shows and gained some really like decent amount of feedback.
Yeah.
And like support positivity. People were really excited.
Yeah.
Like 1 year later to the date, I'm doing another art show that's like, you know, the same one that I did the year before.
Sure.
Next one, I'm like, you know, I sell $10 prints and I'm selling like nothing. People are making like snide comments like at the fucking table.
Interesting.
Just unnecessary shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
what changed in this whole fucking...
it's just people's hunger for it's not even the art, it's like the social aspect that the art like gets balled up in.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, and like I can't really like identify it. I certainly can't control it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty interesting that like, you know, you get these extreme like peaks and valleys of people being excited about it or not.
Wow. That's I mean, like we were saying, you know, it's hard work, and that's just like nature of any art oriented field. I feel like, you know, even music, it's like a lot of those 80s metal bands were doing stadiums, and in the 90s they were playing fucking clubs, you know. It's just like, that's just how it went.
And I mean, you know, again, I can't like point direct fingers, but you have theory about like
right,
what's going on in the industry that's swaying the perception of heavy metal. And you know, I mean, it was doomed from its like early 80s inception of popularity. As soon as it was all about, and I love this shit, don't get me wrong, but as soon as it was the end all is like 19-year-old dudes that like wearing makeup and looking super pretty, like fucking cool, you know? But like when that is the focal point and it's like a pop music thing, it's not like metal anymore. Like you have all of this cool stuff, you have all of this stuff internationally, nationally, like California, New York, like hardcore influence, whatever. But they're only focused on like Sunset Strip, Hollywood Boulevard. And as soon as like one of those fucking poor kids, you know, gains 10 pounds, like now it's just white trash bullshit. And you know, I mean, pop music, record industry, all of that was like just set up to you know, flip the pan.
Throw them out like that,
flip the pan in that way, which unfortunately really just opened the door for like new metal and rap crossover stuff.
And that was the mainstream,
which is not helping. You're not gonna get like argue yourself into like a more realistic standing position with fucking Fred Durst. Like,
no, I get that, man. I mean, I know we have our mutual friend Frank, who, you know, I brought up earlier, but I was talking to him about that the other day, about just like, you know, how metal is kind of perceived in the mainstream or marketed or whatever, and I was just like, dude, to me, I'm like, you can't be a nun for a day.
Right.
Like, you gotta fucking believe in this shit. You know, like, that's just how it is. Like, like whenever I hear somebody say, oh, they made a metal album, like, you can't make a metal album unless you're a metal band. You know,
who was doing that and why would they want to?
Exactly. And they're like, well, they also have a country, and I'm like, then they're just, it's nothing then, you know? Like, if you're just genre spaghetti bullshit, it's just like, I you know, metal is one of those genres you really gotta just believe in it. You gotta be, it's like all or nothing, you know?
It really is. And as fucking odd as it feels to say that out loud, it's like, I don't have a choice in it.
That's just it. It's like, dude, I'm not doing this because, like, you know, I am just like, oh, I like the aesthetic of it, or and I'm like, I like everything about it. I like everything about it. I have no choice. You know, I could say, you know what, I'm just gonna listen to something else for a few days. After a few days, I'm like, man, I gotta go back. You know, I gotta hear something with a riff, for fuck's sake. You know,
I mean, I gotta be honest. Like, the only times I can ever like really think of where I'm not in the mood, is like like if you've been on tour,
Right? Yeah.
like what do you play in the car after
Oh
you've been
man.
traveling with a band that's been on stage for like 10 nights?
Yeah, seriously, and that's
that's
yeah.
when you're fucking jamming out the Chris Christopherson.
Right, yeah, exactly. Or like I was watching the Travis Ryan interview of Cattle Decap, and he was like, dude, I don't even think like I'm a metalhead anymore. He's like, all I listen to is like ambient shit, really. He's like,
Yeah.
because he's like, we tour so much. Like I think they said that they do like 2 or 3 American national tours a year.
Wow.
And he's like, we play such extreme music so often and for so long that I'm just like, I'm getting it out of my system here. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you know, they've been around for a while doing that, but
yeah,
if you're not going through that, then
think about how like overwhelmed you feel when you just have regular friends that like show you a new album every couple of weeks, or like go to a show and here's 5 people talking about shit that they like that you're not like hip to yet. Like you go out on the road and you're like playing with 5 different bands every night.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just like I'm overwhelmed. Yeah. Oh man. Well, I'm curious just to kind of end things off here. Do you have anything kind of in the works at all, art wise?
I mean, nothing that's like gonna get anywhere, you know, like
Sure.
I'm not working on anything for anybody right now.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to stay as fluid as possible.
Yeah.
Practice, make stuff. But nothing in the works. I've been, you know, shying away from social media, online presences.
I understand.
I'm
ready to delete Facebook right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I haven't been on Facebook in a long time, and I still use the Instagram like for the artwork. I haven't posted in like over a year. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still doing it. Still around,
and it's there if you want it. You know, like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever nervousness around like AI and just the ability to treat a social media account as if it were a website, where you know, like hoping that people are gonna find it who didn't already know it was there is like too much to ask already. Yeah. So, you know, but still working, still
right
shit.
And,
you know, intend to keep doing it for the benefit of heavy metal at large.
Yes, yeah, and for personal use, for fun, all that good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Frank is kind of in a transition these days, but he's, you know, always got Hex Siren stuff.
Oh yeah.
And even if he never writes Hex Siren stuff ever again, he's gonna have 25 other ideas.
Yeah. Right.
And you know, it's cool. People in metal are kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, man, I want to thank you for coming down. It's been way too long for me to ask you to do this. You've been at the top of my list for way too long, but I'm glad you came down, man. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.